Thank you for your patience, folks. Welcome to Hustle Up channel, episode number 48. This is Avatar, your host. How's everything and good evening, first of all. And I hope everybody's doing well. So let's talk about beginning with the how's the economy doing, I guess. It's going to do well since, when people get the money, they'll spend the money. The more money we pump into the economy, and more it's gonna be good for everyone. The more we spend, it's actually gonna help everybody. It's gonna help everybody because that's gonna pump up the economy, and it's better than having a deflation and having some inflation. But as we don't pump the money in, it can be deflation. So deflation is actually super worse. So let's keep going and do our stuff. And now, where would you putting your money at? If you're doing eBay, you're going to spend it all on the thrift stores. Well, I personally like thrift stores, and this episode particularly, I'd like to talk about a little bit more about buying stuff from the Goodwill store and my experience. So this particular episode, number 48, is going to be on the thrift stores. So my experience with thrift stores, you have to be really careful. When I used to go to Goodwill when I first started, and the problem was you have to really check what you're buying, because if there's item missing, even though one particular piece, and you're not aware because it's all packed really nice, when you get home, you can't return it. You can't return it. There's only very few items you can return at Goodwill. And because, and some people say, oh, they get it for free and they're making money. Well, they're not doing bad, because my personal experience is, look, they're creating jobs for people, so I think it's really good for the economy, and the people actually make like $10 or $11 an hour, so they have to pay back, and of course they make profit, they take donations, but at the same time, you can think about it. When you go there and you grab something for $10 and it's vintage t-shirt of like a baseball or basketball, you bought it for $5 and you convert it into $300 or $400. And we don't complain that time. We complain when they're getting it for free. So I really have no complaint with the Goodwill store. The only problem is when I was new, I was not aware of missing items. So if you have, even though buying a board game, they look very unique and they're all taped up. And once you get home, you realize something is missing. Oh, sorry, it's too bad. It's too late. So I suggest when you're there, make sure you open up most of the time when you buy those board games, 50% of the time, 50 to 60% of the time, something is actually missing, and this is why people drop it off. But you can get lucky. I bought Ninja Turtles one time that wasn't a board game. Actually, it was some of these TNT collectible trucks, those dump trucks. And I can't find them no more. I don't know if Alibaba or AliExpress sell them, but I'm not going to order it all the way from China and wait like 3 weeks and then end up not receiving it, or, fake items. But anyway, so those trucks, there were like 3 dump trucks, and I think there was a yellow one. I bought it for $9.99, and it was sold, that time I was doing a bit of Amazon. It was sold for like $150 each. Can you imagine? So therefore, I don't have any complaints with that. But I would say that when you buying items from thrift store, you got to be really careful. And so tell me, guys, you comment below. You tell me what you're into it on reselling. Like I like collectible toys, and I did a lot of board games before, but I mostly do collectibles. And now I started as the season change. I'm gonna start following different stores like Five Below and some bookstores in the market. And as Christmas comes and all this, I'll always go with the flow. So you comment below and you tell me what are your ideas and what do you make for living, and being a reseller. As a reseller, do you always try to make your own products and you have your ideas? And because I know some people, they are really intelligent and they make their own stuff, and they actually can make pretty good money, and there's nothing wrong with buying something for, even though as less as even though let's say as like a wrapping paper, and you got like the entire wrapping paper for 10 to 20 cents from AliExpress or Alibaba, and you were able to sell it for even though $8, or you convert it into $9. But imagine, yes, $7 is not much of profit margin, but when you sell like in bulk, and you sold like 400 or 500 of those, and that's good money right there. And then just like those similar items, if you have loaded like 400 or 500 of those wrapping papers, but the problem is you gotta have in stock sometimes. You can't just wait until something ships from overseas. So I would say like, yeah, in this video particularly, I was really concerned about thrift stores, that I myself personally is going to continue to shop with thrift stores, and I'll look into as the season changes, I'm going to keep looking different items and add to my collectibles. And I'm still learning a lot of action figures. I'm going to continue to do so. So I hope you like this video, and we look forward to see you again. And I'll provide you more content, and I can talk about a little bit more about other episodes next time. And also, I'm giving a shout out to Mr. Tim, if he's watching this video, one of my subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing my channel, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, everybody, and notification. So Mr. Tim, actually he's also a very he's been doing eBay for quite a while, and he's willing to go on one-on-one Zoom interview with me on my future episodes, and I'll be contacting him sometime I hopefully soon, and I'll chat with him and ask him on Instagram or sometime, and see when it's going to be available to conduct an interview with me one-to-one, so he can talk about a little bit more about or the most of his personal experience of being selling on eBay, and how that works for him. So I hope you enjoyed the episode again, and I'll see you on episode number 49. Hustle up and don't give up, and see you next time. And subscribe, and hit the icon below for future notification. Have a good night. See you. Bye bye.